Welcome to the show about the show, the podcast. This is episode 472. My name is Will, and I'm carefully placing some handguns into a deep fryer. Joining me, as always, is Ben, who will be gone by the time I read this. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
And of course, Atticus is here, driving through the night in total silence. Hi, Atticus. This is a show currently about Twin Peaks. Today, we're talking about The Return, Part 18. What is your name? We also have a Patreon where we release a bonus hangout show every week. That's over at patreon.com/Dr. Skeleton. So we are here at the finale of Twin Peaks. And I know this was on your mind, boys, heading into the finale, because it was on all of our minds as we see any finale. And that is, will we be able to play Fortunate Son under the last 5 minutes of this episode? Otherwise, if you can't, it might not be a good series finale.
I think that's fair.
Agreed. Did you do it? Did you try it out?
I didn't try it out. I was on the lookout for it, and I was like, I don't think you could under this.
It's a lot of talking.
Mm-hmm.
You could play it at the very end.
Sure. Just as the credits roll?
Over credits.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
Maybe you could start the part where it's the very beginning and it's going dun 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 dun, and then she does the scream, ah, and then it cuts to black and it keeps playing. That'd be good.
That would be good.
About how they got ZZ Top in there. They could just diegetic sound, have someone crank a thing up on stage.
Oh, by the way, Credence is here. Yeah.
Maybe when
Credence.
when Miss Tremont opens her door, maybe it's just quietly her husband's listening to that in the other room.
That would be pretty sick. You could play it under at part 16 for sure. I think there's a lot of like, is that the episode where like Ed and Norma finally kiss? Maybe not, but that was the one where like, Cooper's back. I am the FBI. Wow, now, meow, now. But kind of what we got.
Yeah, it probably doesn't work this episode. That's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad. Spent a lot of time on this one, but you fell through.
Yeah, ultimately a failure. Yeah.
Ultimately a failure.
Couldn't clinch it. Too bad, David. Well, this episode aired September 3rd, 2017. It was directed by David Lynch, and it was written by David Lynch and Mark Frost. Oh, I want to share a peak Twin Peaks moment that I had in this last week. It was a real, I guess it's not technically probably a once in a lifetime thing, but it was a really transcendent experience. I spent some time up in the North Woods, Wisconsin, this last week, and it was very rainy, and it was like cold and drizzly outside, and at our grandparents' tiny little cabin on a lake out there. It's like furnished exactly like the Great Northern. It's like the orange wood everywhere. And I convinced my cousin to watch Twin Peaks with me, the pilot. We watched the pilot. But also crucially, on like my laptop screen, it's like propped up on a chair in front of us. And like we're sitting in separate chairs, and like there's another chair in between us, and we're looking at this like little laptop screen, perfectly replicating like a small early 90s television set you might have. And it's like cold and drizzly outside. It was just perfect. Like cozy.
Did you get like a CRT like filter?
Oh man. I should have. It was so
sounds
good.
Great.
It's I can't tell you how nice of a feeling that was. Also, just rewatching the pilot generally after last week's episode is so crazy. Even just like after everything we've seen, too. So I wanna make you guys rewatch the pilot again, and we can revisit. But yeah, I highly recommend people try to get into
Twin Peaks, check it out.
check out Twin Peaks. Try to get a little house built in the 40s, one room, and turn on an orange lamp and watch the Twin Peaks pilot.
Built in. Oh, okay. You mean travel back in time, be a kind of guy that builds a house in the 40s. What are you doing to building a house in the 40s? What are you doing anything in the... You did something in the 40s?
You're getting...
Eyebrows.
That's right.
It's very suspicious.
I forgot if I was gonna say. I think I had a point, and then I. Sorry, guys. Well, anyway. Okay. So let's just set up. We're at the finale. We did watch the end of Twin Peaks. I kind of can't. I can't believe that's everything. Well, I guess I can, but it's kind of weird to think there's no more. Ben, have you seen it before?
No, I saw this. I've seen the Scream before.
Okay.
But I think that's probably just zeitgeist type stuff. I definitely had not seen this episode. So I think I just maybe hadn't seen the final episode.
Literally just the final episode. I had seen the diner scene before. A part of the diner scene.
I imagine you were pretty disappointed because last week you hoped that they wouldn't explain too much.
Yeah, they just kind of laid it out for us.
Yeah.
Pretty okay, I guess.
Beat it over our heads.
I mean, really, we're not stupid. Come on. Oh boy. What do we let's before I ask what do you think? I'm going to ask, how do you feel? Atticus, how do you feel after having seen all of the Twin Peaks that there is?
I guess I feel surprised by what I do and don't know. And as I watched it early this week, which is unusual for me. But throughout the week, it's been occurring to me like, oh, that was that person's last scene 6 episodes ago, or stuff like that. And it's like, I almost think he had to put like a disclaimer whenever you were watching someone's last scene. Like, this is it for them. Obviously that would ruin it, but
it does.
That's what I've been churning over.
Yeah, it does make you reconsider everything in that kind of lens where, like, okay, now that I know that there are no more like shoes to drop or ends that are being tied up at all, what are my feelings about, like, oh, I guess we never see any more of the 119 lady and her son, like that never ended up being something, or like anything more about the glass box.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, you're not gonna watch another episode that like fills in. Like you it almost is like, okay, now I can start to piece things together.
Yeah. Ben, how do you feel?
I think everything I know about Twin Peaks, I pretty much got the first time around, and I haven't. I have managed to piece no new pieces together over the last however many months we've been doing this now. It's very fun. I don't think I know anything. I feel like I don't know anything new by watching nothing additional has come together for me watching the final episode either, which is not supposed to be disrespectful, but yeah, I had a good time. I'm the same as I was after the first time we watched it, which is still kind of like, I feel like I'm missing something.
You sound like our listeners writing in. This podcast is doing nothing to enhance this this television
Well, do you know
show.
less?
You're adding nothing.
At least you don't know less.
I don't know less, yeah.
Well, I feel like I definitely well, if I wasn't doing this podcast, I wouldn't have thought nearly as hard about the show. So at least I'm Happy for that. Let's kind of just dig in, I guess, to the finale, and we can kind of reckon with our thoughts and feelings as they arise as we do this. So, for the last time, I will now begin to read the summary of Part 18. Cooper's doppelganger sits in the Black Lodge, surrounded by flames. Mike creates a new Dougie Jones who shows up at the Jones home, greeted by Janie E. and Sonny Jim.
New Dougie Jones.
Yeah, new Dougie has entered the chat.
What's up? Got to put him back, you know?
And he seems like he is the same absent-minded fella as we had been seeing, I guess. Well, yeah, he's Coop Dougie rather than he's not like the green jacket Dougie.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
maybe in like 10 years he'll look a lot more like Green Jacket Dougie now.
Could be.
Like
I'd like to think
25
that
years.
Cooper dropped off an upgrade because they got the version of Dougie that their life started doing really well once they had him around. I don't think this Dougie is going to be the same kind of scumbag. Yeah, they got Mr. Jackpots, not the old Dougie.
If you were looking for a happy ending for Twin Peaks,
turn it off here.
Here you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should just skip the first 2 seasons. Tune in for Dougie Jones.
The people who are not real people seem to be doing all right. You can check out there. Cooper's doppelganger sitting in the Black Lodge surrounded by flames. This was me when I accidentally had my seat warmer on for the first half of Disclosure Day. And I saw it in the theater yesterday. I'm just like shifting.
They give you a seat warmer at the theater?
I guess so, which is not to be TMI, the last place I need a heater myself.
Yeah, like that's where you go for the good AC, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I mean like my seat particular. I don't need my seat warmed.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
That's the warmest part of my body, frankly, is my seat.
Do you ever use your seat warmer in your car?
No.
Yeah, me either, but I was just curious.
I use the seat warmer in the car. That's the end of the sentence. I use the seat warmer in the car.
Sounds like
it always feels like I'm sitting in someone else's seat, like in high school. Like I've, I'm like, oh, someone is sitting here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I want more ventilated seats. That would be the way I would maybe pitch.
You want to sit in like one of those slatted things at the beach or the pool chair.
In theory, yes. In practice, that like rubber plastic ends up not being very breathable at all. And so you end up getting like even sweatier on those bits. So
a hammock, maybe.
Hammock. That's pretty good. Hammock's pretty good.
Yeah, mesh little hammock thing.
Fishnet seats. No one has a problem with it. Me sitting in a little fishing net. Disclosure Day. Good, by the way. I knew you disagreed.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
I'm sure you'll win any contest of opinion about it, but
that's not how this works. Okay. Well, listeners, choose your path. You could either like it or not like it, apparently. Ben, you haven't seen it yet, right?
Nope. Okay. But I'm just going to say he's the John Williams of directors.
Oh, right.
And I'll leave it at that.
New John Williams score. Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to like it.
Yeah. I feel like there were no like good John Williams moments either.
Now you're talking my talk.
Maybe you will be. I mean, it was like more of a John Williams. It wasn't like a classic John Williams score. It was what John Williams doing modern blockbuster type stuff.
Yeah.
Cooper leads Laura through the woods and she disappears. Cooper hears her screams. Okay, so last week I said I had my whole thing about Orpheus and Eurydice. And I like so proudly went up to Zoe and I was like, you hear my Orpheus and Eurydice thing on the podcast? Isn't that cool? And because she's like a big Orpheus and Eurydice scholar, essentially. And
she's Greek.
She yeah. She spent her time in the underworld is kind of firsthand experience. And she's like, yeah, nice. You did get it like entirely wrong. I and not even my understanding of like the Orpheus and Eurydice myth that I got wrong. It was like literally what happened in the show, like that we all saw. Because I was saying that he like looking back is what caused, or like when he, I don't know, something about like he wasn't looking back and then he did look back and I just had it flipped. But he does keep looking back. We got to see this scene again, and he does keep looking back. And now I'm thinking, just trying to save face. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the Orpheus and Eurydice-ness of it, is that him looking back, him trying to change the past, is what causes things to go wrong. So in a way, I was basically right the whole time.
We're gonna do things a little differently here. We're gonna do the Orpheus and Eurydice's myth that you all love and know. But what if he was looking back the whole time?
Mm-hmm. What if he had like the bike helmet with the little mirror?
That's how you do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What if he had a camera?
Yeah. Yeah.
Never thought about that.
Selfie mode.
Greek style mode.
I mean, they literally were using. They were using mirrors to look behind them in Greek myths. They could have borrowed it from the Medusa guy.
Oh yeah.
And head down to Hades. Or what's it called? Hades is the underworld, or is that the god?
That's the god.
What am I trying to?
Hades Town.
I think I am, but what's it
Which is
called?
The place.
Is it just the underworld?
Maybe.
When you cross the river Styx, then you go into
Hades Town.
The zone.
The zone. Yeah, the zone, probably.
Probably the zone.
The zone.
Pizzone. All right. Well, anyway, Cooper sits in the lodge near Mike, who asks, is it future or is it past? Cooper observes the chair Laura sat in, and he follows Mike to the evolution of the arm, which asks if it is the story about the little girl who lives down the lane. Laura whispers in Cooper's ear, and she is lifted, screaming, through the lodge ceiling. Cooper goes to Leland, who tells him to find Laura. He goes through billowing curtains to Glastonbury Grove, where Diane waits and asks if it is really him, which he asks the same of her.
So we're in an alternate universe, right? Or timeline in a way. Is that what your guys' read was? Not by the end of it, I guess.
Oh, by the end of the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like
what happened at this point.
In this moment, I feel like you could make an argument for
there being later
like
on
several different, like I've seen people talk about like, oh yeah, there's the two versions of reality. And I think that if you're going to say there are two versions of reality, I think there's at least three. Hit him with the Joe Biden on this one.
Truly the Joe Biden,
yeah. But there's the original that we know. And also, I don't love the idea that we got these like branching timelines either. I don't think it's as like sci-fi as that. I think that there's like it's just being like a time loop type in and of itself. I think it's a little squishier than that. But if you were gonna say it in like terms of different timelines, I guess you could say like there's the original timeline where Laura gets killed, the way that we've seen it, and then there's the version where she is diverted from being killed by Cooper successfully here at the thing. But then there's also the version where it's like it doesn't go the way it originally did, and it doesn't go the way Cooper had it, but it does go the way that like Judy wants it. I feel like that would be the third way. I don't know, the Andrew
Third Rat.
Yang. Yeah.
Yeah. It's too bad that the original Twin Peaks theme didn't, the like intro didn't include the Twin Towers, so we could like get some comparison on whether 9/11 happens in each of those.
Oh
Different.
yeah. Yeah. Do we think Cooper saving Laura, maybe Cooper saving Laura doomed the towers and it was his fault? I think that's what we're supposed to hear and understand about this. Okay, okay, before we started this episode, I was wondering what we're gonna get in, what we were gonna be in for. I remember heading into the finale of season 2, knowing that this is like an important episode I was about to watch, but not realizing what was heading my way and how like blown away I was going to be by it. And I didn't feel like I was going to have the same experience this time, but I held space for the possibility like, okay, I assume the last episode is going to be something special. I haven't heard like, it doesn't have like a reputation like part 8 does, but it's the finale. But when there's this walking around the lodge here, I'm reminded of the finale of season 2, and I liked that very much. And I kind of begrudgingly opened my mind to that possibility that this one could kick a lot of ass. And I do love that walking around the lodge, sir. That is just always going to work for me, I think. Like him going through the curtain into the hallway and then going down to the other door. That always does it for me.
I want to go to the lodge and do the bouncy ball thing that the Swedish people or whatever were doing at the Twin Peaks lodge.
Just
bring all my crew
around.
bouncing around. Yeah.
I want to shred the lodge with my skateboarding pals.
I do. Weren't they? They were all wearing like sailor outfits. I want to do the sailor outfits, but with the pattern on the floor of the Black Lodge. The
the zigzag. You want to wear that.
We're gonna be zigzag.
You want to wear the Charlie Brown t-shirt.
The Charlie Brown style, yeah, but like sailor, all the way up and down, sailor style.
What if there's a half pipe that had the pattern, floor pattern to be skating on?
That'd be cool.
You ever see like cars that are in the like pre-release cars that have the like camouflaging paint job, or that it's not camo necessarily like the way that we might picture hunting camo. It's there's a paint job that obscures the angles and stuff that obfuscates what it looks like.
Like the iPhone 4 prototype that had like a case around it to make it look like an old phone.
Oh yeah, kind of like that. I don't remember that, but good pull.
No, what's this car thing? I can't even imagine this. So
it's
you're
just
like
a paint
looking
job
at the car.
And it looks weird. It's not like it doesn't blend in or anything. It's like, whoa, what's going on with that?
It's
but
for
it
like
kind
an
of
auto show or in public.
Like if they're out doing like test drives or something, I think. It's some stage of the release cycle. I don't know if it's sometimes you get like press photos for it. It's I don't think it's like a strict part of like the production process for most things, but it's like if they're making a special car and highly anticipated like the next Supra generation of the Supra, and you're giving people like chances to preview it, the driving experience before you're ready to unveil everything. I don't know, something like that.
Interesting.
But
there's no car people that's necessary.
What?
How common do you think car people are that's necessary? That like could just a random sampling of your neighborhood could randomly spot a moving car with like curves that they don't recognize and be like, that's the new version.
Oh, you mean just like take the badge off it and they wouldn't be able to tell?
I think that seems
notice.
like that's a real car pervert to be like, that's the new model.
Yeah, you be a real head. But I mean, that was the same thing with the iPhone, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
people who give a shit about the new phone. There's gonna be people who give a shit about the new whatever.
It reminds
Yeah.
me of there's like people that are like feature flag hunters online for software, and they'll be like, "Wow, I just found this feature flag in Facebook that says that they're working on some new feature." What? What's the what? Who cares? Who cares?
A new
It's
feature.
not. It's not out. It's not out yet.
Amazing.
What's
Cool.
the point? Like, what's the
Is
point?
it
What-
legs for the metaverse? You know?
Yeah. Oh, there's just a little toggle that says leg mode or whatever, and wow, they must be working on legs for metaverse.
A leg feature.
Who cares? My whole neighborhood could be car guys, and to Atticus's point, I don't think I would have noticed. They could all have like 2028 versions of their cars. No idea. Just looks like a
I get
regular car to me.
excited. There's certain like I was excited to see what the new Supra was going to be like. I was excited to see what the updated 4Runner was going to be. I don't know. It's something that I get a
Sure.
little bit of perverse joy.
But even if you did that, even if you're like, going Google Eye in the parking lot. Oh, I just saw the new 4Runner. Oh, it doesn't do anything. What's the point?
He's gonna leak it. He's gonna leak it on our
But he's just gonna say, I saw it, guys. I saw the 4Runner.
Well, you take a picture of it.
But then what? Who even cares? So what? It's the 4Runner. Whoa.
Yeah,
they ruined the secret.
You don't care about this. Other people do care about. Like, you see a movie before, like you see a leak draft of a movie or something. Like, who cares? Oh, congratulations! You see a fucking movie.
But what's it do? What's it do in that case?
But
Even with the movie
but they
leak.
have released it. Like
Sure.
there's lots of things that like you don't care about that are happening anyway, I guess. Like, I'm not saying they're all good either, but like,
I'm literally asking though, isn't this basically just like, oh, you spoiled the birthday surprise? I'm not even being a car guy or not
But
a car guy. I don't understand.
the company has an interest in controlling its unveiling.
The first time you see
yeah.
the curve, you don't want it to be a pixelated photo.
Yeah,
You want it to be like on the
Okay.
showroom
you can
floor,
photograph
maybe.
cars from
fine.
more flattering angles and like get in. It's just part of the marketing or whatever.
Sure. That's fine. That makes sense. You've convinced me. I will. That's why I leaked all of my own nudes online, so I can handle the narration.
And I did think that the camouflaging paint job was a special touch as well for that. I can't tell what any of his angles are.
Yeah.
Your nudes are that picture of the computer generated, like there's nothing recognizable in this photo at all.
Yes.
It looks like somebody's bedroom, but like there's nothing you can point to and identify.
Isn't that like the modern boats, what the fuck, what do you call them? Battleships.
It is kind of like the modern
battleships, they have like sparkle. It's not like camo. It's like sparkle camo or something now to
Sounds
confuse you on the angles.
kind of gay, Pete Hegseth. Like, you guys got the sparkly boats. I don't know.
But it's like,
I think
we can't tell the angles of that boat, and for some reason we can't, shoot something at it.
could
I
be.
heard that.
Pretty sure it's a big boat, but it's like a
I think they
triangle.
need to sink
so
them. I
I'm
think they
scared.
say I think you should abandon those battleships, Pete, if they're going to be so sparkly. It's kind of like a kind of girly, wouldn't you say, to have your Navy be sparkly? Let's just pull the plug on them.
I heard that they're using your nudes for like capicas for like which one is a human.
Select all that apply. You selected any of these. You failed. Non-human. Which
Maybe the one where it's like one picture but broken into like 9 things, and it's like select the crosswalk.
Yeah.
Where does it end? Where does it start and where does it end? Not sure.
What are we talking about? Oh, Cooper. He's looking. he's walking around. Laura whispers. She's lifted, screaming through the lodge ceiling. Okay, Cooper goes to Leland for instructions, I guess. Or like he seems to follow Leland's instructions. And I get there's probably like
That's one way to put it.
we saw like an evil Leland before, and maybe is there a good Leland in the lodge that is gonna be giving you instructions? What like why listen to Leland? He's like
But am I forgetting? What are
bad.
his instructions? Just find Laura
Yeah.
backwards. Thanks, man. Oh, 40 episodes. That's right.
Shit I was gonna do
That's
anyway.
right. I mean, I guess somebody did need some reminding because we've been Mr. Jackpots and Dougie Jones, and we got all these other side plots for a whole season. So
Do you think
find
that he
Laura.
needed to find her to save her though? I guess you could have, I don't know, killed Leland earlier. Although maybe, well, yeah, I don't think Cooper has a reason to listen to Leland. I think that Leland could be channeling Judy to tell him, yeah, find Laura, so you like trap her in endless torment ultimately through your mistake. But like, why would he listen to Leland here? Anyway, I don't know.
Maybe 25 years of thinking about what you've done is like tormenting him. I don't know.
But we saw him evil mode this season in the lodge, and I guess the lodge is very like it's out of time anyway. Kyle MacLachlan fusing Cooper and evil Cooper and his performance here, I think is actually quite remarkable. It took me a while to sort of recognize I think that's what is happening, but it's like he's I'm like, oh man, is he evil? But he's not just doing Mr. C. He's doing like a cross between Cooper and Mr. C. In a really compelling way. Like this ended up being quite a like technical performance from K-Mac, and I think he does a pretty impressive job.
2 wolves, or whatever the thing is.
Mm-hmm.
2 wolves from the T-shirt.
Hey, Joe Biden, how many wolves are inside of you? There's at least 3 wolves inside of me. Cooper and Diane drive 430 miles. Diane advising Cooper that their destination will not be what he expects. Upon arrival, he gets out of the car and observes his surroundings. He returns to Diane, confirming that it is the right place. They kiss before driving through a portal, which transports them to a dark road. They are on the one battle after another road again.
There we go.
And
we're going somewhere you won't expect.
I thought
it's Popeyes.
I wonder. I bet Paul Thomas Anderson watched Twin Peaks. Makes sense. He would be up on that.
Yep.
Maybe it influenced. There's the like car POV on a road like that. There's plenty of car POV shots, but like
you haven't been you said you watched it a couple weeks ago, but you have I don't think you've been made a reference yet to Lost Highway. I feel like the car when I see the car thing, I always think Lost Highway.
Yeah.
Which I think, I mean, yeah, obviously it precedes this season.
Yeah. Sorry for not bringing up Lost Highway more. Guess you're mad.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I do think Lost Highway informed a lot of my idea of like what's going on with like the time situation in this movie. And I'm maybe I can't tell if it's leading me more towards further enlightenment or it's confusing me and I'm just combining them like in a non-useful way. What?
Did you guys? Okay, I think Lost Highway informs my read on Leland or the dad stuff, the family. You know about Robert Blake? You know, the mystery man from Lost Highway?
What do you mean?
Do you know who I'm talking about? Which character?
Oh, yes.
Did you know that he's like the most evil guy in the world in real life too?
No. I know that the only thing I know about him was that David Lynch was like, hey, read the script and come up with something for your character to do. And he didn't know what to do. And so he shaved his eyebrows and painted his face white and showed up to set. And David Lynch was like, all right, cool. No, what's this dude's deal?
Oh, he like killed his wife like immediately after the movie, like Hitman style or whatever. Whatever. It's a long thing.
Damn. Wait. And so what you're saying? But he reminds you of Leland or something? What's
just I didn't really.
Well, make the connection. Make the connection. Lost Highway to Twin Peaks.
Just the Eve. I think they're connected in my mind. Just through the real life evilness behind some of these characters. I'm not saying that about any of the actors in Twin Peaks or whatever, but like David Lynch ran into these people and some of these types of people in real life. Like it's not just like fiction or like fairy tale on some of this stuff in Twin Peaks, I guess, is what I'm what's loosely connected in my mind. Does that make I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Like you could write a story about a bad guy. Like people do that all the time, you know, but I don't know, David Lynch encountered truly evil people, and I'm not trying to besmirch him or anything either.
Who
but
else
like,
besides this Robert Blake guy? Because I do think that there is. I mean, there is some absolutely some resonance to having like a real life murderer play an evil guy, and you think, like, even though it's not like intentional or whatever, I think that there's still like, oh, that's in the mix now. That's a potent element.
I don't know if I have a poll for another person who he worked with directly, but I guess being part of Hollywood, that's the other thing connected in my mind. Which like the Hollywood thing is not so direct in Twin Peaks itself like it is in some of the other films, like Lost Highway or whatever. But yeah.
I mean,
anyway,
you could do a version of that with casting Ashley Judd, where she herself obviously is not bad at all, but like we bring our knowledge of maybe what happened with her and Harvey Weinstein to like future roles kind of thing, and especially with the role of her being kind of in a subordinate position to Ben here.
I'll put it a slightly different way to try to make the connection, to finish this and make the connection a little bit more obvious. I think knowing what I know about Robert Blake, I've been reading Leland as a sort of Robert Blake character, or like very strongly inspired by Robert Blake character.
Okay, I don't know if that actually explains anything better. I think that makes it because he would have killed his wife after Leland came into existence.
But
all right,
but there's this season.
There is this season. That's true. I got to see the exterior of this car, is what I wrote down as we're driving around. I can tell that it's something cool, or it's something. It's something I'm interested in the cars of Twin Peaks, and we get a wide shot of it eventually, and we see, I had to look up what it is. I wasn't able to identify this myself, but it's a 1963 Ford 300. It's a big block V8 with up to 425 horsepower. This is kind of crazy numbers, and it's an economical full-size sedan. I think you would maybe get it as a family vehicle, because the taxis use them as fleets because they're like $100 cheaper than the Chevy equivalent, I think. But I think there's something to.
What year was it? So $100 is like a lot. of a big difference back then.
Yeah.
Okay. How much did a car cost back then?
$101.
Okay.
I'm not sure,
Okay.
but
It looks like a very heavy vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the era cars really was, but this one was like actually like more lighter than its counterparts, but still obviously like by modern standard, it's a bunch of steel right there, right? But I think that its ability to crank out 425 horsepower if you souped up the engine right or whatever, plus it's like relatively lighter chassis made it desirable for like drag racing and such.
Or should we read into that as part of this?
I want to read into it as a economic full-size sedan, the way that a family man might buy for his family in the mid 20th century. I think that that's kind of an era that is obviously in the mix quite a bit for David Lynch and his work, and we see a bunch of different kinds of cars, and I think that there's each one has a different like personality and story. Like the big scary truck tells a different story than the BMW convertible coupe that they got for the Joneses, which tells a different story than Red's sports car that we I guess never saw again. Anyway.
And the spooky the hybrid car known as a motorcycle that James drives.
James drives, yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
They reach a motel, and Cooper goes inside. While sitting in the car, Diane sees herself briefly before Cooper returns. They enter the motel and have sex. So there's like a copy of her out there. And like this summary is describing naming these people as Cooper and Diane. I think that that's not necessarily a given now that they've passed through this portal. But it is Kyle MacLachlan and Laura Dern, at the very least, playing characters. So that's maybe how I should refer to them, the actor names. I don't know. Bad motel lighting. Really harsh. Don't like that. Good calling turning the lights off, I would say. Is the rest of the scene up such a good call? I don't know. It was an uncomfortable sex scene.
Sure was.
Doesn't seem like Diane is, or Laura Dern's character, doesn't seem to be terribly sure about this. And then that song plays. And God, what is that? My Prayer. Yeah. It's a 1956 doo-wop ballad. It plays during the haunting scenes at the convenience store and the subsequent emergence of the woodsman. And I think it's the thing that's being broadcast on the radio when the Godalike guy comes and crushes that dude's skull. And it's also plays during this sex scene and also pauses and restarts a little bit too. There's I think the lyrics that it skips are like "As I Pray" or something. I don't know. You could look into what that necessarily means, but like it's broken up. And when it started playing again, it made me jump. It was kind of scary. Yeah. It got me. You guys think about this scene, huh?
Coop. Let me pause. Reaches over, grabs his phone. HUDSON. I found it.
All right, perfect. What do we make of there being another Diane? Are they who they say they are before they go through this portal? Are they still those people after they go through the portal? What's going on, Atticus? Explain this.
You look like you're in a very dramatically lit, like you might be going through a portal.
I'm in
right now.
I'm in the Rivendell bedroom after when Frodo gets rescued.
I guess it didn't quite occur to me that they're further copies. Or anything like that. I just took them. I took everyone at their word. It's so funny. I haven't learned my lesson at all. I'm just like, oh, that's Cooper. That's Diane. She's back. They said that they're who they are.
But then we see there's another one. Who did you think that was? You just let this scene pass without figuring it out?
I did.
This blows my mind. I can't believe you would do something like this.
The little electrical socket of Theseus. What's the Zoomer name for Theseus? That's what we'll call this one.
Explain yourself. What do you mean by this?
Does the camera take your soul? If you go through the wire, you come out the other end, are you the same thing or not?
Gotcha. What do you make of there being another Diane, Ben?
That I don't know what to make of that.
There's another. There's
another
both
one.
Diane.
You're the camera takes your soul, and you go through the telephone wires. Replicates you, Ship of Theseus style. Yeah. Sort of.
Okay. I think you're both stupid. But just move on, and I don't have anything else to say about it. I don't know. I think it's no, I have no idea about this. I'm super confused about it. Maybe it means reality is fracturing here. I think maybe it's a signal that like now things are kind of almost glitching in a way. That's how I would take it with the rest of the episode's events that happen afterwards. I'm sorry for calling you stupid. It was a ill-considered bit. I wasn't getting many chuckles throughout the duration, so I would like to take it back. In the morning, Cooper wakes alone and looks for Diane, finding a note for Richard, signed by Linda, telling him she was gone and not to try to find her. He leaves the motel, noticing that it and his car are different from those that were there before. What the? He's like, you got a different motel. His name isn't Richard. Her name is
Frantically
Linda.
Googling September 2001. Did anything happen?
Oh, Cooper wakes up and
yeah,
is trying to figure that out. Gotcha, yeah.
Wikipedia page for September 11th.
Oh, only that Jay-Z release? Huh.
What the hell?
There's
he reads the note. Richard. Oh, looking at the camera. Not again. Oh boy. I'm really in for it this time.
But that means cut to Dougie Jones in the cockpit and Tower coming rushing up. Oh no!
Some guy we've never seen before. Super confused in the Black Lodge. What?
It's oh my gosh, how come I can't remember the guy's name? That's not funny because I can't pull his name. The guy goes but he's in the Black Lodge.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, yes.
Yeah.
What the freaking heck? I'm in the freaking Black Lodge, you guys.
What?
Okay. There are patterns, seem to be native inspired patterns on the wall of his motel room. we haven't really hit too much of this whole storyline over the course of the series, but I think it deserves some attention, and I think it deserves a little bit more research, and it might involve a follow-up episode from us here. But okay, Richard and Linda, you guys remember these names?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do they come up? Ben?
You can go ahead. You can explain.
All right, go ahead, I guess.
I was gonna let Ben do it, but
All right, go ahead, Ben. You don't remember, you piece of shit.
No.
Hey, I just thought of something that would be kind of funny. Oh, you guys are stupid. Nice, it's hitting. Nice.
it hit the second time.
No, thank you to whoever commented on our video last week, reminding us that the scratching noise was played by the fireman for Cooper in part 1, and also the fireman said to Cooper in part 1, he said the following sentence: "Remember 4:30, Richard and Linda, 2 birds with 1 stone." So that was a message from the fireman to Cooper way back at the beginning of the season, which of course I remembered.
Nice.
And so it didn't come out from nowhere.
I was probably too distracted by the 4:30 and thinking, what if it was 2:30?
Time to go to the freaking dentist.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say something controversial and brave here. When you do like a foreshadowing thing like that, is that like cool and impressive? Or is it, or is it just, I don't know.
Not by itself. I don't think that.
Okay.
Yeah, not by itself.
Probably good. But I do need the young people. The outside of the screen starts to glow red, and there's a little sign that says, "Listen up. Something's happening."
A little like magnifying glass, like icon comes up, and the little detective's like, "Listen to this.
Write this down."
Mm-hmm. Little Blue's Clues ass.
Dora turns and looks directly into the camera. Boots. Tell him what it says.
Richard and Linda. Yeah, I don't think it's like impressive in of itself. It at least tells you that, well, this seemed to have been written down ahead of time. It wasn't made up as they went along necessarily. But I think that I don't think it by itself it is necessarily impressive. I think that you could draw meaning from that, I guess. The car is now a 2003 Lincoln Town Car, which is, the same car as we saw earlier that Mr. C was driving. Don't know what to make of that.
Every time I hear a Lincoln, I think of grandpa car, grandma and grandpa car, because that was a car that the only Lincoln car I've ever known owned by someone I know is my grandparents.
Yeah, I think it is kind of an old person car.
Is it a cop car though too?
Not Lincolns.
Never? Okay.
But I mean, Ford. Lincoln is a sub brand of Ford, and so like you get a lot of Ford cop cars. I mean, like the Crown Vic looks kind of like a Lincoln Town car for sure. You get like the Navigators, like maybe you'll get like rich guys driving those around. But like a Lincoln sedan, that's an old guy car. The lamppost that is there in the parking lot that pans as Cooper leaves this new motel is this lamppost looks very much like the evolution of the arm to me. It's dead center in the frame. And I don't know if that means anything, but it's just resonating. See an arm everywhere.
Did it make the sound?
It did not make the sound. But that I could tell. Cooper reaches Odessa, finding a coffee shop called Eat at Judy's. Or I thought it could have been just called Judy's. And like, the sign says Eat at Judy's. I don't know if you would say that this place is called Eat it, Judy's.
The little signs that are above the windows say breakfast, lunch, diner. Did you notice that?
I did not notice that.
It's kind of, I don't know if I would say it bothered me, but I was thinking about that pretty hard in the moment.
That's exactly the kind of thing that I would pay attention to, and it would bug the shit out of me in real life. Like, and I would spend the whole meal complaining or talking about that one thing.
Did you guys know it says that?
Is it supposed to say that?
That's intentional. Is it intentional? I think it must be, but if it's not, you should fix it.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, diner is kind of it doesn't roll off the tongue either. Okay, so anyway, Cooper goes inside Judy's and asks the waitress serving him if there was another one who worked there, but he is told that it is the other waitress's day off. He spots a group of men harassing the waitress and advises them to stop. They threaten him, and he incapacitates two of them from his seat and has the others stand down. He has the waitress give him the other waitress's address as he places the guns belonging to the men in the deep fryer, warning the staff that the heat could set off the guns. He leaves with the address.
I don't like that incapacitates language coming from our wiki writer.
Neutralizes several targets.
What do you
Is that a little bit better?
Yeah. Blasts a dude in his big toe.
He's freaking ding dong. Oh, yeah.
And kicks him in the yes. Where it counts.
Weird question to be like, is there another waitress who works here?
That's why he stuck up for her, because he was like, is there another one? As she's pouring your coffee, is there another one? And then you realize, oh, I was kind of a dick, so I need to compensate by, I'm gonna wait for some people to sexually harass her.
Yeah, I hope those guys
get the fuck away from
her.
her.
Yeah.
Sorry, this guy's been weird all morning to me. You can just proceed with harassing me.
What was the context that you saw this scene in, Will? Like, you said that you'd seen this scene before watching Twin Peaks?
I believe it was a vertical video TikTok, just the
scene. Nice.
I can imagine it.
Yeah, no context. Don't know like if it was
I love the vertical ones when they do. Well, Will, what do you call it when it's like? I just love the weird movement of like cropping it, and they'll crop it like it'll be a static shot, and it's scanned. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
and I'm sure it dropped in a different needle drop, like in the middle when he blasts his toe.
What you know about rolling down in the deep?
Yeah,
hit the vine boom instead of the gunshot.
You the little TikTok at the end
instead of rolling credits. Yeah. Everyone's armed, continuing our theme of everyone just always having a gun around you. It's a reality.
Was everyone armed? Only the guys, only the fellas, only the 4 people.
They were the only ones who became disarmed. No one else was asked for their weapon.
Sure.
True.
So assume everyone else is armed.
Yeah.
The old people.
Yeah.
The cook.
He's real. And this was the scene that like really I think made me retrospectively go back and think like, okay, this is the fusion of Coop and Doppelganger Coop. He's been real like laissez-faire with the direction of that gun. You know, like that everyone's
it goes across the
Yep. Everyone's getting pointed at here, and but he's not being quite like. It's not the same tone of voice as Doppelganger Cooper, and he is like sticking up for somebody, kind of being a hero in some way, but like he's being a real weirdo about it and putting those guns in the dang fryer.
People that need the glowing thing to tell you this is a bad character, and the writers of the show do not condone this behavior. Getting very confused by this scene.
Yeah.
Guns in the Fryer is a pretty good like intrusive thought to follow through on. It's like I could just do this. And...
the oil thing that he said could have just been like also another kind of intrusive thought thing. Like I genuinely don't know if does it work that way? I don't know, but maybe just get away.
The oil might
Has anyone
be hot
ever
enough
found
to
out
set the
before?
bullet off. Yeah. I wanna see a scene the next day of someone biting into a sandwich and blowing their head off. Just they ate the gun. Okay, I guess so. He takes care of those guys. They're all cowboys, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that. They're all like Odessa. We're in Texas. We're in Odessa, Texas. This is West Texas. This is where everybody pretends to be a cowboy.
Why? I mean, I guess I kind of know the answer that like if you're a down south kind of fella, you don't like a lawman from Washington D.C., do you? They're just thinking to myself like you're gonna pull your gun on the most obviously an FBI agent guy of all time.
He could just be a Mormon though, and there's. Although they'll come after you too.
You see this, Ben? I got this for courage. I lost 50 men. I lost 50 good men on 9/11. I wasn't around, and it's difficult to explain why, but I technically lost them.
Okay, so he goes to the waitress's home, spotting a utility pole outside with the number 6 attached to it. He knocks on the door, and the waitress, resembling Laura, opens it, confused about his calling her Laura. She tells him her name is Carrie Page, but he insists that she is Laura and offers to take her home to Twin Peaks. Having already been needing to leave town, she agrees to go with him. As she gets ready to leave, Cooper goes inside, seeing a dead man on the couch and a white figurine of a horse. Carrie Page, what is she, a backpack?
What is there a Carrie Page in the world as a famous one? Is there another Carrie Page? Page and Carrie Page.
I don't know. Let me Google it.
I myself felt pretty smug when he picked up the white horse, and I thought to myself, this is supposed to mean something.
Oh, yes.
I'm noticing this.
The horse. I think it's just...
The Carrie Page thing to me is kind of like a lost Brian Johnson or Brian Porter thing again.
Yeah, and we did lose Brian Johnson, I believe, too. Yeah, we lost him on that fateful day in December.
Wait, is that the Brian? I thought Brian Johnson was the blood guy.
Oh, yeah. Brian, we lost Brian Thompson. Who was the?
My
alum.
Yeah,
our classmate.
My classmate. Brian.
Oh, it was Thompson. Okay. Well, yes, we lost Brian Thompson on that fateful day in December 2024.
Yeah.
Sorry, what? No, Carrie Page seems to be just a Twin Peaks name.
Okay.
It could be like a combination of like Betty Page and like Cary Grant or something. I don't know. It kind of sounds like a couple of big,
sure,
20th century names.
Yeah. Any other Carries and Bettys we know? Yeah. Are you guys surprised that Cooper doesn't do? He's a man who's been known to code switch. Why is he not code switching?
Accent?
Do a little accent.
A little yeehaw with it.
Yeah.
That's why we know it's not like the real Cooper there, because he would have showed up in a 10-gallon hat and very sparkly boots. Just delighted.
I love this sweet tea.
Diane, we have to stop at the costume store. Or does his trunk have like a huge wardrobe of wigs and
Yeah, I like to
items?
think of him being kind of like a mask-like character that he can kind of pull anything out of his trunk there.
Diane, I do believe if I finish this mission, I may become an oilman.
What do you think of my chat, Diane?
Opening up the thing to Laura Palmer. Howdy, howdy.
Well, howdy there, little lady. Now, I don't mean to intrude, but I have a couple of questions for you.
We do not care if this is Texas or Louisiana. Fuck all of your states. Not interested. You're all the same to us.
What would he offer her when she says like she doesn't have any food? We'll go pick up some
okra
some oysters,
some grits. Some grits.
It's a barbecue.
Where is this supposed to take place again?
We don't happen to have any shortening bread around here.
Odessa.
Odessa.
Well, I do say I'm gonna pretend that we're still in Texas because I have no idea how to do a Ukrainian accent.
Yeah, the other Odessa. Yeah. Howdy there, little lady.
Cooper misreads the location. Shows up and
so we should probably talk about this actual scene. Cheryl Lee, very good.
Very
Turns
good.
out, very good at acting, I would say. Don't know what's going on, but she seems to be in a bit of trouble. She has a dead guy on the couch, and is looking to get out of Dodge anyway. I think she says, and he says, I'm gonna take you to Twin Peaks. And she says, "Is that far?" He says, "It's a ways." She's like, "All right, good. I'll get my things." She asked if she needs to bring a jacket. If it gets cold up there, because she might bring a jacket, and so she's got two of them, I think.
She's kind of code switching into this too, like going from being a regular person to, well, I do got to get out of Dodge. Like that's what the other person's supposed to say. She's like code switching into being on a secret mission or something like that.
I think it is more folksy. I mean, she's doing like she's doing a Texas accent. I feel like
I feel like if you shoot someone in your living room, you might want to get out of Dodge.
Yeah, that might be in the hot rotation as far as phrases that are running through your head.
We're fucked.
Guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh, because
it's a little trite though. Could you take that one again? New woman I just met. I just came to your door and met you. Could you take that one again? It's a little. I don't like that. It's a little corny. Just say it.
A little
normally.
on the nose, wouldn't you say?
I got to get out of town. Yeah.
I would not pass up an opportunity to say get out of Dodge.
Get out of Dodge. Just know I'm raising my eyebrow. I don't know
I'm not going with you then.
You're not invited.
I need somebody who's
going
to enjoy my riffs on the car ride.
You're not invited anymore. You're not even getting in the mood. I expected to talk to some Texans.
She is Texan. She's being Texan.
Well, but he's not enough for him. He always wanted the.
Oh, he needs authentic
Twin Peaks people to put on a show for him.
A little song and dance, yeah.
I expect you Texans.
When she opens the door for him at the beginning, when she hears that he's FBI, she's like, "Oh, did you find him?" And I thought that was a good little cover because then we find out later. Yep, he just blew this guy's head off. There's probably something going on here. Could be a whole, and and I imagine the audience watching. Imagine myself watching. I was doing the same thing. Like, okay, this could be. We're what we're spending our time on in our precious few minutes of remaining Twin Peaks, introducing like another like subplot here that we're gonna have to figure out, and it is a little bit of a subversion there because that's what we did in like the season 2 finale, and that's not what happens here. It's we don't actually need to know about Del Mibbler, although I'd like to. And there's a blue plate behind the white horse. Blue rose? I don't know. There's always a blue plate, blue rose.
White horse.
Smeared jeans. Smooth jeans.
Smooth jeans.
Hey, speak for yourself. You got some smeared jeans over there. They drive, Carrie reminiscing about Odessa and stopping at a gas station on the way. At one point, they notice the car's headlights behind them and wonder if they're being followed, only for it to harmlessly pass them. You guys know how long the drive from Odessa, Texas to Snoqualmie, Washington is?
17 hours.
Rough.
23 hours.
24. Still saying 24.
More.
It can't be more. Otherwise, you should have said how many days. Okay.
27.
Higher.
32.
It is 30 hours, 2,000 miles.
Ooh.
What do they just make you drive slower because you're coming from Texas or something? That doesn't make sense. Can't you drive across America faster than that? Left to right, east to west? Can't you go?
The
from
map
like,
knower has logged in.
Can't you go from like New York to LA faster than that?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, also like,
it looks like they stopped maybe once.
Yes, and we only see them driving at night. It's sort of the impression is that like, oh, they drive overnight and then they get there in the morning, sort of thing, or like
maybe they drive back through the portal. Or I guess that didn't make any sense. I don't know.
No, I think that there's something to this. I think that there's like they call out very like deliberately how many times, like how Odessa is mentioned several times. Like people know, like that's a place in Texas. We know we're heading to Washington. It's like a really long way. We only see them drive at night. I think there's something glitchy about this reality. There's something weird about the physical geography or like the time, the way it passes. Something is afoot here.
You can't keep up the sinisterness for an extended period of time, you know? I mean this, I'm not really even trying to make a joke. Like I kind of mean that seriously. Can't like okay, in a movie where somebody gets kidnapped, a woman gets kidnapped by a man or something like that, they're usually they're like chatting or doing something. A little
you have 18 months to respond.
Kidnappery within a couple hours, usually, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't know how to drive a manual? We just broke down and there's a manual car. You don't know? Okay, I'll drive it for you. You know, that kind of the kidnapper person. Whatever. You can't keep up the sinisterness, but they do somehow through the day. Unless they're doing like the Dumb and Dumber road trip during the day, and then at night it just chills back down.
You can't take bathroom breaks if you're going to be scary.
That's right.
Where they stop at a what's it called, a Vallejo?
Valero.
Valero? What are you supposed to read into that? Not the most beautiful gas station, I gotta say.
No.
Better looking gas stations in the desert.
And
maybe that's why. Sinister.
Yeah, we've seen filling stations in the desert in Twin Peaks before. This is certainly not the one that we know. Nothing like the one that we know. It's a weird modern one. Not a weird one. It's a mundane modern one.
Valero. Who owns Valero?
I don't know.
What did you make of the car passing them? Not being something that comes back up.
Well, I think that was Oh, it showed for them. They're like, well, for Laura at least, or Carrie. Carrie is worried about being followed. She's been a little bit paranoid or worried about being followed, and Cooper didn't like react at all to it. And I think we're probably supposed to feel like Carrie in that moment. Be like, okay, yeah, there is going to be some sort of encounter here. And there not being one, what does that tell you? Buzz. I don't know. What do you make of it? Don't call me stupid.
Let me give you a little numerology update on Valero that I've been doing in the background. Valero Energy, their founding CEO and chairman, William Eugene Bill Greehey, born in Fort Dodge, Iowa.
Nice.
There you go. Teaches you something.
Shout out to Bill, Fort Dodge, Iowan. They reach Twin Peaks, but Carrie does not recognize anything. They arrive at what Cooper recognizes as the Palmer household. And Cooper knocks on the door, but a stranger answers, not recognizing the name Sarah Palmer, and saying that she purchased the home from a Mrs. Chalfont. The woman identifies herself as Alice Tremond, and Cooper and Carrie walk away from the home perplexed. Guys, what's your go-to
Tremont.
door knock?
You got to do like a song every time, you know? Pick one.
That's exactly mine. Mine's 5 knocks like that.
Oh.
Or you could do the one if I'm feeling a little flirty with it. I don't know. Did that come through?
I don't do that. I don't like that one. That
What's
one
your
falls
song?
into the get out of Dodge category for me. It's a little. I'm just doing like a.
What
2.
song is that?
It's not a song. I've switched my mind in the last 15 seconds.
You go up to a door. You do 2 knocks like that to get in.
Even if it's like a person's house and
Yes.
not like an office.
An office door, I would go just 3.
An office store. Oh, inside an office store. I thought you were talking about knocking on the outside of a commercial building. Okay.
Like to speak with a coworker.
Hello, I'd like to come inside the McDonald's, please.
If I'm
waiting
doing-
for someone to come open the door for me. I'm interested in purchasing a hamburger. Yeah.
I'd like to negotiate the purchase of a hamburger.
Yes.
I think if I'm doing an internal door, I'm doing a little
Back knuckling.
Describe this. I've got one and I'm going. Did that come through?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
what I'm
right.
doing.
That's pretty close to mine. Fine.
External.
That's weird. I don't know. I don't like that.
What?
That was a
It
very
feels
loose
like
hand too.
Yeah, it sounds accidental. It sounds like what it sounds.
Am I supposed to be here?
Yeah.
Well,
You don't
usually
sound very confident, Ben.
If I'm going to somebody's house and they, don't have a doorbell or they're not there waiting for me at the door, I'm a little suspect myself.
I do like to be waited for.
I'm not, I'm not soliciting anymore. I did when I was selling like popcorn as a Cub Scout or whatever, But still ringing the doorbell back then, probably too.
I think you should consider updating your knock.
It's a simple one.
It's simple, but you need to. I think
Times have
just
changed.
2 is just a little like. I can't tell if that's a knock or not. Did something fall?
Well, I'd probably wait. They're not going to answer it the first time, and then I do another one.
Ooh,
Well,
I
you
don't.
should-
The whole thing I want to avoid in life is to knock twice.
Yeah. You should. If you know they're not going to answer first, you should make it clear that there's a person waiting first.
That's so
get it
funny.
a
You have
second
it built
time.
into your strategy that you're gonna have to do it twice.
Yeah. But it's It's part of it, you know? Because usually
okay,
I don't want to be there in the first place. And then oh, you weren't home. Sorry.
my first
that's
knock
an important
is,
element.
yeah, I mean, yeah, we're dealing with talking about disclosure day. We're dealing with some alien shit right here. Yeah, I'll do the 5 knock to start, and I'll wait 2-3 seconds, and then use the side of my hand. This is like the side of the fist, and then.
Ugh. No, when you the second one is louder,
like above my head is what I'm doing.
Scary.
Like,
the second one's louder. That's scary.
Open,
and then I'm doing walking around the house.
Yeah, open palm on their back window is the next move too. Instantly running around to the back too. Yeah, after the second knock.
You know what I do? This is going to be another visual thing. When somebody rings our doorbell now, I do. And then don't answer the door.
Me when someone rings the doorbell, looking out the window. Nice, dude. That's crazy that you do that. You see who's there?
I look through the slats, you know? I look through the slats.
Yeah.
And then I ignore them.
Yeah, that's big time, dude.
You should patent this approach.
We have like a full glass front door, which is does make it a little difficult to avoid.
Not enough defense.
Yeah. But you know.
Although it hasn't stopped many approaches of like freezing and like
yep. Ooh,
jumping behind
I'm
a
still
sofa.
gonna hide anyway. Yep. Definitely did that a number of times during.
You have I assume that's your like storm door or whatever, right? Is that what you call it? Storm door? Whether something like that? Outside.
Yeah,
and then you got
glass storm door.
the big door. Storm door.
Yep.
I feel like the storm door kind of makes things awkward sometimes because like your door probably opens in, right? The main front door opens inward. So you open that and then they have to open
yes.
the out. Well, most, yeah. But then the storm door opens outward. So then they've got to open the door and then you're both kind of holding the door, right? If you're talking.
This is true. Well, you can't have them open. You can't have the storm door open in and the indoor door open out, or you can't have them both open in the same direction. You just gotta have.
No, I know. I'm just saying a difficult reality.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate. Thing we have to negotiate as a society.
You should get one of those doors that they have in castles where you just slide the thing at eye level. Hello. What do you want? Actually, when you do that, you don't have to be nice. You just have to go, what?
And just look. Yeah.
How about the thing from Star Wars?
It's like, giving
where,
friend
an
or
eyeball
foe.
Comes out.
Ooh. Yeah.
You guys ever talk through? Do you have smart doorbell things? Video camera doorbells?
No, because I still believe in the goodness of humanity.
Face to face conversation.
Yeah, I like to look people in the eye when I tell them.
I know what your
my soul.
Answer would be anyway, but I want to talk to somebody who actually uses the like speak through the doorbell thing. I've never done that. I look at the people on the doorbell sometimes. Well, like when I'm away from home traveling. But I've never done that. Like there's a button that you can click to talk. I've only used it to talk to Shelly when I'm on trips. Sometimes she goes outside with Bong Bong, and then I say, "Oh," the doorbell just speaks up to her, "Hello."
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, and we just talk through the doorbell.
It's a fun little reminder that you're being surveilled.
Yeah, by domestic surveillance too, by your husband tracking you.
That's fantastic. Yeah. No, I don't. I don't be using the smart doorbell. I do like an intercom idea though. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got the door knock convo out of the way. Do you guys recognize the names Chalfont and Tremond?
Yes, I do. Truly.
Yeah. And who are they?
Atticus should answer first.
I don't want to get in your way.
Do you recognize it, Atticus? You remember?
No.
Okay.
Are they someone that they delivered food to?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Nailed it. That was Mrs. Tremond with those grandson, the baked, or the creamed corn. And we've seen and the Chalfonts, I believe we saw in Fire Walk With Me. Is that true? Or did we just hear about them? We have some idea that Chalfonts and Tremonds are kind of the same, maybe. They are connected to the lodge in some way. They're kind of like lodge denizens who be living in structures near the events of Twin Peaks, sort of thing.
Those are French names, if I've ever heard them. And in that, are you familiar with? Many people are only familiar with America, but we have a northern neighbor called Canada. That they have some of those guys are French. I'll put it that way.
We've seen some of them in the show,
and they might have been of the same ilk.
Interesting.
We're dealing with French Canadians here, folks, I think.
Or they could be from the Bayou. Some Southern French influence.
Dang, when you put it that way.
I say, I don't know who lived in this house before I did. My family's lived here for a long time.
Dang. Is that the whole point of Twin Peaks? The French invasion from all sides of America.
Yes.
The North, the South.
Did Cooper ever
the two sides of America
interact with the Tremonds, the Tremonds, the Chalfonts at all? I feel like he didn't. He didn't recognize the name there, and I don't think this was some dramatic irony. I think is what was happening. He's left completely clueless, whereas we are picking up. Well, that's a clue. You found yourself a clue, my friend. Something's afoot.
Say what? You say what?
Yo, what?
Tremont? the Tremont? The Chaumont?
Timothy Tremont.
That woman, Alice Tremond, is the real homeowner, apparently. Or it's that lady who plays Alice. It's just who lives in that house.
That's kind of cool.
Did they shoot it Gonzo style or whatever? Just show up? Are you? Whatever.
And they don't recognize
the camera. I'm with the FBI.
Me shooting something Gonzo style would be when my nose gets really big and I jump around, I guess. And
Is that what I don't really know. I just say Gonzo style in my mind just means whatever I'm thinking of currently. You just pull out the camera. What is Gonzo? Gonzo style.
It's like you do it's kind of like a journalist word, right? It's like you kind of are doing it. You embed yourself in like the drug subculture of Los Angeles. If you're Hunter S. Thompson.
Okay, I saw that's that. I'm kind of embedding myself into the door knocking culture of Washington.
But I'm thinking of the Muppet character. That's what I'm describing. That's when I'm filming things Gonzo style.
Nice.
I couldn't really remember like what he sounds like, so I would have done something with that. He's usually simply referred to as a whatever, because we're not sure what his exact species is. Anyway, all right. Lost in thought, Cooper hesitates as they get to the car and turns back in the direction of the house. Sensing that something is not right, he asks, "What year is it?" Is that an ad? Is that like a credit card ad?
Maybe.
Say, what year is it? Like, what year is it? Ad. I searched what year is it AD. So it returned 2026. All right. Commercial.
You
Yeah,
ever been this
Geico.
confused?
Geico is a 20. This line is a direct spinoff of the iconic "What Year Is It" meme from the 1995 movie Jumanji. I haven't seen Jumanji.
A meme
Nice.
from 1995?
That's a meme from a movie from then, maybe?
Okay.
Okay, sorry. He asks, what year is it? Carrie turns to look at the former Palmer home and hears Sarah's voice shouting, Laura, as from the pilot. She suddenly screams in terror, startling Cooper and causing the lights in the house to blow out. It goes dark for an extended period of time, and then we fade in on very slowed down footage of Laura speaking into Cooper's ear as they're in the red room. And the credits roll, and that's it for Twin Peaks.
You know what they should have played at the end? The same song from The Sopranos end when it cuts to black just to piss people off. Oh wait, they play it up to the end. Don't stop. And then it cuts, right?
Believe
Good
so.
times.
So you can think that you can be pissed off and smash your TV if you're one of these Amazon review guys. What the fuck? It cut off.
Or
right at the
maybe
end.
they should have ended Twin Peaks with the theme song to The Sopranos.
Pretty sick. And just play all of The Sopranos as part 19.
Yeah.
Do one of those little stingers from Breaking Bad that's like bow, bow, bow.
Will, what did you think of the after credits scene?
I thought it was pretty good. What did you think?
That was good.
Where Rizzo the rat shows up and is like, I'm here to see my friend Gonzo. No, I mean, I watched all the way through there. You didn't get an after credit scene, did you?
No.
Okay.
They have a little rat run across the screen like in The Departed.
And Gonzo's narrating the credits like, look, that guy did a good job. Not that guy. So this really is a podcast where we straight up don't like engage with the show at all, do we? It's like, what if Rizzo the rat was in Twin Peaks? But what happens here?
Mm-hmm.
The lights, the house blow out, electricity leaves. This is like maybe this is the collapsing of the reality. That scream is that classic scream of horrible pain and suffering from Laura, making me think a little bit that things did not end positively here. So we might be thinking maybe there's another timeline where Laura didn't die, or maybe this all this happened, it didn't happen. I don't know. What do we make of this scream and the lights going out? Did she remember? I think she did. There's some sort of realization. How do you feel? Are you disturbed? Let's start with that. Are you thinking, did this, are you encouraged by this? Or are you saddened by this? Or another feeling?
I would say another feeling. And that feeling is I feel like nothing has changed. In a complacent kind of way.
That you're taking the what happened route. That the events of Twin Peaks weren't all suddenly erased.
Oh, no. Well, yes, sort of. I think time's just moving on. basically, yes, what you said.
Okay. So Laura did get murdered when she was a kid.
Yeah.
Cooper didn't
sure.
save her.
Sure. Yeah.
Atticus, how do you feel? No wrong answers. Except for whatever
I
you're about to
agree.
say.
Okay. So I agree that Laura died, and like I like your like the kind of glitching reality as like saying or pointing to reality needing Laura to die to like it's like axiomatic to reality or something, and things don't work otherwise or something. I don't know.
I like that. I think that if I had to guess, I feel like I don't think Cooper's successful. And the feeling I get is that like I don't think he pulls it out here. I think that the forces at play are far beyond his capabilities, and him thinking that he can get in the mix is folly. I think that the fireman did tell him to like well, the fireman says, remember Richard and he didn't remember Richard and Linda. Maybe that's the problem. But he did remember 4:30. But yeah, I'm not left encouraged. I don't think Cooper pulled it off. I'm sort of thinking too that like you can't change what happened. And it goes thematically, there is great evil, and also thematically playing with or getting met, thinking you can harness powers, far greater powers, is a huge mistake. Like the atomic bomb. So I think that would mean it wouldn't. I don't feel like it was a happy ending here. I am returning to this as far as like the timeline of it goes. We have a number of like the red room and everything that's like fully out of time if we're gonna take like a sci-fi analysis of it. And I'm thinking to Lost Highway. There's a cool like Mobius strip loop situation happening with the plot in that, and I think that's closer to what's happening here. And I think there's something to part 8 being like pretty much halfway, not exactly halfway, but like part 8 is like the climax of everything, and it happens at like, you know, the symmetrical middle of this thing, not like at the end. It doesn't build up in this fashion. I think that there's something to passing through something and swinging back around to the other side, like a pendulum or some kind of non-forwardly linear structure, I think, to the show. But I don't know, again. And so that comes back to Fire Walk with Me, where I think that it was cool of this episode, I think, to like, it makes me think a lot about Fire Walk with Me, as I guess a lot of the season does, but like especially this episode, think a lot about Fire Walk with Me and remembering I don't think this erases Fire Walk with Me at all. I think that there's too much like in Fire Walk with Me that matters for them to have done that. And also, I remember my read of the finale or the final scenes of Bar Walk with Me are positive. I think Laura is saved at the end of that movie. So I'd like to think that that's what ultimately her story leads. But and crucially not by Cooper. Not saved by Cooper. Okay, I don't know. Anything else we want to say about like the events of the episode before we get into maybe our overall thoughts and superlatives? That's it. We're done. No more Roadhouse. We have seen our final Roadhouse performance last week.
Sad.
Yeah.
There was
It
one
was
last
too bad
week,
to
right?
not have a final Roadhouse too.
Who was it last week? Maybe we didn't get one
Julie
last.
Cruz, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense then. That makes sense that she could be the final one.
Don't want to bring in like Weezer or something like that for the final.
That'd be so funny.
Beverly Hills.
Oh, well, if you want to destroy my sweater, let's rank our outfits here of the episode. Who are we nominating for outfit of the episode? I like Cheryl Lee's jacket.
I'll give it to Mr. FBI man himself in the Classico jacket.
Okay.
Hasn't been recognized enough.
Of
Who
course,
started
Atticus
that,
is
by the
nominating
way?
the Cowboys. He likes that look.
Which FBI man got the FBI suit going on?
Great question. What's the name for that? Like, is it goon? Kind
A
of.
goon? A goon
But like
suit?
something about like you're kind of like a low-level worker at the FBI, or like a not like a top-ranking official. You're like a salary man at the FBI. I feel like there's some like
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
you're a Joe or something. Like you're a jarhead, but that's Marine.
like a Pinkerton, but not exactly. Yeah,
I think so.
I don't know. Yeah,
there's a word for it.
But I like that
one. Oh my
one.
gosh.
Like
a grunt?
Why didn't the FBI come up with, what if they're, instead of the suit, they did like they all wore the postman outfit, the U.S. postal worker outfit or something.
I think that's a good idea. I mean, I think that like it's really lame how like this is the most lukewarm take about like the militarization of police in the United States, I guess, but like the aesthetics of it all are so stupid and annoying and like fascistic, right? But I think that there's something like telling that like cops are straight up dressing like the Punisher instead of like having like a shiny cap,
Yeah.
I mean something different.
So now I am thinking about, it would be kind of tight in a creepy way if your mailman delivered stuff in the FBI suit and they just kind of walked around Agent 47 style and just kind of pulled packages out of their shirt and then put it in the mailbox. And you just, every time you go out in the morning, you just see these guys Coopering it, walking along, 90 degrees outside in the suit.
Seems hard.
Atticus, do you have an outfit you want to shout out?
I don't think so. I don't think anything spoke to me.
Yeah. Fair. Ben, what are you rating this episode? This episode you haven't seen before.
Man, I don't know. I thought about this. I thought about this while I was watching it. Maybe like a 4. Actually, really like it feels, this is a stupid, I don't want to say it because I know other people would say it and then I would make fun of it as a stupid take, but It feels I feel unresolved right now. I'm not saying the story's unresolved or any,
Dumbass.
not complaining about that. That'd be a dumbass opinion. But it leaves me, I'm feeling awash. Is that the right word? A sea, something like
Adrift.
that. Adrift. Here we go.
You're feeling a C.
I'm
I'll see.
but it's still, it like, if this was a movie, I'd be pretty happy with it. If this episode was a movie, I'd be pretty happy with it. I like the pace of it and whatnot. But I don't know. As part of the series, it's a 4. It's a 4 within the series. It's probably, as a movie, it's better than a 4. As part of the series, it feels a little worse than lower than a 4. So I'm just gonna say a 4.
I surprisingly, I think I know what you're talking about there, or like I think I'm following you on that a bit, and I'm also very conflicted about how to rate this episode. This is the only time I've done this. I've just written down, question marks now for my rating for my notes. I like it. I'm not gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna chicken out. But like this is the only one I don't really have like a firm opinion on, I guess. I don't I I definitely I don't like have problems with it. I don't think. It's not like I'm like, "Oh, this wasn't like executed at the level that I wanted it to be," or something. Like I'm not gonna like point any points I deduct are not because I don't think it was done they achieved I think they probably achieved their artistic vision, you know? Um and I think that I wasn't as thrilled as I wasn't as delighted by this episode as I had been other episodes. Obviously, it's not about trying to delight me. There's other stuff for that. It's an unsatisfying end, obviously, and so like yeah, I'm left a little unsatisfied. Am I going to be too sour grapes about that? No, I don't think so. I think I still need to sit with it more. Um, but I don't want to just like give out points being like, "Oh, I guess I'm sure it's great." So it's a 5. I'm going to give it a 3. Um, but that's not supposed to be reflective of like, "No, I think it could have been better in some of these ways." It's just kind of giving me a pretty bleh, bleak reaction.
It feels more like a coda. Actually, I'll stick
Mm.
with the Lost thing. It feels similar to the Lost uh male guy episode thing. Like as if you want to call that a coda or whatever. It's not really, but just like a little postscript
I
type
don't agree with
thing.
that at all.
My point about this is that I think the previous episode s- it feels much more like um the ending to me.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I can see. I'm with you on like an epilogue or a coda kind of idea. Um, but I feel like that specific mailroom episode of Lost was like diametrically opposed to like what this episode was doing. That was very much like,
Yeah,
let's give you some
explain.
answers.
Let's give you some
Yeah.
answer. Yeah, yeah. I don't mean that part at all. I mean it in the way that it's like it's not like a coda. Neither of them make me feel. I think this is actually more what I was getting at a couple minutes ago when I said nothing has changed. I don't necessarily mean that in the narration. I mean that on a personal level as a viewer that this episode has changed nothing about how I feel about the series or the characters or the story. Same thing with the Lost one. Like, huh, okay.
Okay. Atticus, You want to give it a rating and explain yourself?
I feel like I agree with you. I'm at a 3 with it. Like I just and not it is kind of strange how a finale bears the weight of the series. Like that you're like rating the series and it's like I'm not with this rating either. Like both of you have said. That but like this specific episode for me wasn't didn't have a lot that I was like hooting and hollering for. And I don't mean that in just like I only accept like fan servicey stuff, but just nothing was really like grabbing at me.
You know, I think I felt the same way. You can probably look back on the podcast. I probably said similar things about Fire Walk with Me, my first reaction, and that has only kind of grown in my estimation. So maybe that's what's going to happen here.
Yeah, you guys didn't like it, as I recall, right?
Yeah, and my reaction to it was, I've grown to really like it in retrospect. So maybe that's what's going to happen here. Let's hear for some other folks who have some things to say about where this series ended up. Headline here, borderline insulting. Created an account on here specifically just to say that this is, without a doubt, one of the worst endings to a show ever, if not the worst. I am not lying when I say this single episode has genuinely brought the entire series down for me. It was not clever or provocative. It was profoundly stupid.
I want to know what are the other ones, because they said that very strongly, but then they hedged that it's one of the worst. Maybe
then they
the
say
worst.
If not the worst.
If not, what are those other ones? I want to know.
Do you have like what do you guys consider like a bad other finales that what kind of finales have you been let down by?
I don't want to say one of them because it's the one that I want you to watch.
Okay.
To really excite you about future recommendations I may make for you. It could be.
I think people talk about Stranger Things as being like a pretty ass finale. I didn't stick with that at all.
I don't know anything about that one.
I've seen so few shows like all the way through that this is tough.
Yeah. I think for the most part, most endings are bad.
What's a good one?
Kind of unsatisfying. Like Veep of all things was kind of a disappointing ending. Like where like you don't think
didn't see it.
It's not about the story, but somehow the ending disappointed me.
I think the Seinfeld ending is kind of bad too, from what I remember. They get like arrested or something.
Don't they like? He kind of revisits that in Curb, doesn't he? Kind of do a lot of commentary on that, like redoing the Seinfeld ending.
Didn't see it. I think Reno 911. I believe they had them all die in a car crash at the very end.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
That's good. Yeah.
I can't think of like.
Yeah,
I guess
what's a good?
We've probably seen
one?
the end of Righteous Gemstones, and I thought that kind of petered out a little bit. I wasn't like thrilled by the finale there. I mean, Leftover is great finale. I think the Breaking Bad finale is great too.
I was gonna say it sounds lame, but Breaking Bad actually stuck to landing. More than Better Call Saul, and I consider Better Call Saul a significantly better show.
Interesting.
This is sort of the.
I guess we saw Lost. I like Lost.
This is the TV watchers' folly is to think that, like Atticus, what you said, that the whole show needs to ride on some grand finale or whatever.
Ooh, I know people hate the Game of Thrones finale. I am on record as being like that. The last season of Game of Thrones is one of the only good seasons of Game of Thrones, and that is an episode that you can absolutely put Fortunate Son under, like the finale of Game of
Yeah.
Thrones. You can edit that, and I have done that, and it works very well. And I liked it, but I know lots of people don't.
Perhaps you could like edit together a like hour-long version of that song to play over the entire episode.
Or just slow it down David Lynch style. Do the David Lynch remix. I'm actually gonna do that. Slow, chopped and screwed, Fortunate Son.
Nice.
We call it Unfortunate Son. Yep. Worst finale and season of Twin Peaks. This is the worst season and finale of a series I have watched in my entire life. Thumbs down for David Lynch and Mark Frost. Normal, intelligent people like to see a series or movie with an overall message, a theme, and a plot. Every episode of this season was worse than the previous one. I hope this is the end of the Twin Peaks series. Season 1 was acceptable, but this season was a mess up.
What about season 2?
Yeah, I included that because it kind of seems like maybe they think that it's just season 1 and this. I want
something exciting to tell you.
Yeah, maybe you should check out season 2 and Fire Walk with Me. Maybe this helps. That would help.
It sounds like the way they put that. It sounds like they're like, fuck, like not they're kind of acknowledging the big gap and just like, if I were the network execs, I would cancel this shit. It's not. It's not. They gave it 3 seasons and they weren't able to deliver.
This brings me to...
I love when people give advice in a review like that, where they're like...
Big time. I'm going to read this one on that front. Don't try. If you're going to take a shot, you're, by the way, of course, anytime that's
Which one?
Here, it's the wrong one. If you're going to take a shot at cracking open the fabric of reality, please do everyone a favor and don't just make it weird for the sake of weird with no meaning. Add some purpose to it for everyone's sake. Because let's face it, if you couldn't figure it out in 25 years, you ain't ever. Really thought you were onto something this time, man. Please stop trying. You're just wasting people's time with your fugazi, meaningful / symbolic art.
Wow.
That one's great. That is what I was saying.
That's a really good ass
Give
review.
it a rest. We've been listening to this shit for 25 years. You couldn't figure it out. TV's just not for some people.
Stick to making the best movies ever, man. Biggest waste of 18 hours. Longtime fan of David Lynch's other works in Twin Peaks, but I am so disappointed in him. He had all the budget, people, and time necessary. He didn't have to give us exactly what we wanted. I'm not sure what I wanted anyway, but there's none of the satisfaction that I got from many of his other works.
Tight.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna read one final one here. I don't know what really happened. I'm still confused, and we saw Laura or someone who was supposed to be here. They go back at Twin Peaks and try to make people remembered Laura, but I don't really know what happened, to be honest. The woman just screamed because the woman of the house said Laura, and boom, the season is over. So what happened there? Laura is another person? The consequences changed everything? Everything that we knew? Pretty weird.
How many stars?
You got it, man. You got it.
How many stars?
Exactly 5 out of 10 from this season. And I gotta say, this is our podcast.
We did. Yeah, that's us. Exactly. Except
wait, what happened? Pretty weird.
9 out of 10. I don't understand what happened, but it's pretty good.
I'm confused. I didn't really like it. 9 out of 10. Well, that's gonna do it for our show. Thanks for joining us for the Twin Peaks stuff. We're gonna keep doing some more Twin Peaks. There's more Twin Peaks more Twin Peaks coverage coming from us. Now that we finished the show, I want to make you guys rewatch the pilot. We got to watch the making of. Might want to read some books by Mark Frost. If you got suggestions for us to like dig into the world, the wide world of Twin Peaks beyond this, like I'd love to spend some time with Mark Frost, like and get to know his work and understand his contributions, because this has been really a David Lynch heavy And Mark Frost is absolutely 50% plus of
Mark Frost, if you're listening,
pick up the phone.
get a hold of us.
Yeah. He's given some really good interviews.
Watch your back. We're gonna get you and bring you to the studio and ask you questions.
Want to talk to 3 dumb guys who don't remember anything that happened in the show? You've got our number. And that number is drskeletonsartschool@gmail.com. You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/drskeleton. Next week, more Twin Peaks. Ben, hit him with a catchphrase.
Gonzo the Muppet.
This is a brand new Extra Good podcast. Learn more at brandnewextragood.com.